So this question comes from Rafat R. So my question is it considered a copyright infringement if I take English videos on YouTube, like fact videos or top 10 videos, and translate them into my language, and put my own voice over and my own graphics and my own style? Should I be concerned if the owners of these videos were told about it? If so, what can I do to make it fair use? Can I take some of the info from this video and some from the web? And if not, what would my argument be if they asked me to take the videos down? I have an idea for a YouTube channel that I think will be successful, but I'm worried about the issues above. What are your thoughts, Eli? Thank you. Oh, what is it with this whole thing with like copyright, fair use, YouTube, and people trying to steal other people's stuff? When you get into fair use, here's the thing. There is fair use, the law. There is fair use, terms of service on YouTube. There is fair use, not being a general asshole, right? And generally what I would say is just to stay away from fair use. My argument on fair use as far as YouTube is concerned is basically just stay the hell away from fair use. Now you'll notice for all of my for my videos, probably one of the few things I've ever used that's really fair use is this little graphic behind me, and that's just because I really like what grade A under A did with me giving YouTube the middle finger, so I decided to put this on the back of like 5 or 6 videos just to kind of drive the point home about how I feel about YouTube right now. But basically, in general, I stay away from fair use things because anytime you start talking about fair use, you can run into a lot of issues. Again, because there's a legal thing, there's a terms of service thing, and then there's how the YouTube community will deal with it. So by and large, what I would say is just create your own content. Like, and especially if you're talking about this, is it considered copyright infringement if I take English videos, translate them into my language, put my own voice, put my own graphics, and use my own style? At that point, I'm not even sure what the fair use is anymore. It seems like you've created your own video. But what I would argue, instead of worrying about things like fair use or any of that kind of stuff, what I would say is, look at the types of content that are being created. If a type of content that's being created inspires you to create your own type of content in that vein, then simply do it. Right? So if you like the idea of top 10 videos, top 10 best haircuts, or top 10 YouTube beards, I do believe I should be in the running, right? So let's say, you're out there and you're looking at videos and you say, I think top 10 videos seem like a good idea. Again, as I would say, why go anywhere near fair use? Just look at it and go, hey, top 10 videos, that would be a cool idea to do. And then think, hey, what would be a good top 10 video? Hey, Eli's got a good beard. Hey, I wonder, and Wheezy Waiter's got a good beard. I bet there's a lot of good beards on YouTube. And then you just create your top 10 good beards of YouTube, right? I would say just stay the hell away from fair use. The issue is because basically legally, as far as fair use is concerned, so like here in the United States, there's again, like I say, there's the law, there's terms of service, and then there's the YouTube community. So basically, the law on fair use states that you should be able to take a small amount of any kind of copyrighted material and be able to use it for things like criticism or parody or any of that kind of stuff, right? So basically, if you are transformative on the product, then it's okay for fair use. So basically, you take something like what grade A under A did here, right? So he took my face. And then he drew a stupid little stick figure, gave it a middle finger to YouTube. So YouTube button is copyrighted. Me is copyrighted. And probably this middle finger is copyrighted. But since he took these 3 items, added some little things, and changed it all, that became transformative, and therefore he is able to use it for fair use. So that's basically the idea of fair use. Law. Then you get to terms of YouTube terms of service. The issue is with YouTube terms of service is basically YouTube just doesn't want to get sued. Right. And so in order for YouTube to try not to get sued, they have a really weird copyright system. Again, their whole copyright strike system that can cause a whole bunch of problems. And so the issue is even if you have something legally in fair use, somebody can ding you for copyright violation, and many times YouTube will side with the other party. It's not right, but that's just how it's done. You get this with like a lot of music video. Like if you use music in the background, people can literally take your monetization. Then you have just the YouTube community disliking you. Again, with the whole grade A, under A example, one of the reasons why fair use becomes really atrocious on YouTube is there's this whole thing right now, hashtag WTFU, basically where's the fair use. And what's really funny when people start talking about where's the fair use on YouTube is that a lot of times people are talking about they should be able to use fair use stuff that has been created by like big Hollywood studios or big music industries or video games, right? You know, being able to use snippets out of the latest Transformers, the latest Deadpool movie. The funny thing with grade A, under A over here is then you start getting these weird issues of like the reaction videos. So grade A, under A was complaining about, I think, this guy called Tyrone, who basically would show the entire grade A, under A video in a corner while the person was reacting. Now here's the question: is that transformative? And I don't know. You know, grade A, under A was complaining that it wasn't transformative. Tyrone, I think the guy's name was, or whoever it was saying that it was transformative. Me, being Eli, the computer guy, I'm looking at it going, I don't know. A, grade A, under A, I'm not really sure why you're complaining. B, this other reaction channel, really, seriously, this is the crap you're putting out? I hate both of you right now. And so that's the issue that you get into with whenever you're dealing with this copyrighted material. You got all of this weird stuff going on. So I would generally say just stay the hell away from copyright. You know, the biggest problem that I see with YouTube right now, really the biggest problem on top of their crappy little strike algorithms, is that so much of YouTube's content is based off of other people's copyright, other people's intellectual property. Now, whether it's straight out, basically kind of piracy type stuff, but also just all of these, again, reaction videos, or even like the Nostalgia Critic. I was watching the Nostalgia Critic, you know, that he's good, he does good content, but the fact that it's all the content is based around other people's intellectual property. Again, the latest Deadpool movie or Sherlock Holmes movie or any of that kind of stuff. And so whenever you're doing that, it runs into weird copyright issues. And question is it violating the law? Is it violating terms of service? Is it just pissing people off? The farther you stay away from copyright, the better. You know what I'm saying? So what I would argue is if you're going to be creating a channel, go out there, look at other channels to find inspiration. Find inspiration from those other channels, and then figure out how you want to tell your story, how you want to present it. And then you'll be fine. Again, I don't have to worry about some of the other video training people because I do video training in my own way. Like I'm not worried about CBT Nuggets. They have micro nuggets. If you haven't been there, they have like these 5 to 10 minute micro nuggets on YouTube, and I'm not worried about them one way or the other. The reason is because their style of doing things is they use whiteboards to describe everything. They do digital whiteboards, kind of like the Khan Academy, and they have multiple different instructors doing it. And so it's one thing. Like if you go there, I think they've got thousands of these really short videos. So they're short, concise, and to the point. But they're not very, you don't really connect with them in the human way. Again, with me, I've decided to do videos that are long, drawn out. You know, I can sit here and babble for 20 or 30 minutes at a spell, but you feel like you're kind of sitting here, you know, sitting at a table with another guy talking about technology. This is my style. So what I would say is go out there, look at the types of content you enjoy, look at the types of content that you want to create. It's not steal, kind of, oh, I don't know. What is it? Assimilate people's styles and people's ways of doing things into your own, and then create new content. I think that will be the best bet for you, because nobody likes anybody that steals anymore. It's just bad. Again, like I say, grade A. It's so hilarious. Like I say, being on YouTube, like YouTube has been like created. Like YouTube makes so much money off of other people's intellectual property. It's not even funny. But now you're starting to see YouTube celebrities now complaining about other YouTube celebrities steal. I mean, if there's nothing that I find more hilarious in the YouTube community right now, it is the YouTube community complaining about copyright infringement. It's hilarious. It's like, I'm just watching all these people, like again, I like Francis. I watch these guys, Grade A, Francis, other people, and there is nothing so hilarious as all of these YouTube personalities complaining about their own personal copyright and intellectual property. It's just like, I don't know, am I in bizarro land here? So just overall, just to stay away from the whole intellectual property thing, create your own stuff and go with it, and you should be fine. If you're stealing other people's stuff, or if it even seems like you're stealing people's stuff, that's just not a good way to go. The one thing that I will say, devil's advocate, is it devil's advocate? Probably not devil's advocate, it's not the right thing. But the one thing that I will say is, if you have English language stuff and you translate it into a different language, especially if you use your own voice and your own graphics, I don't believe that there is a single American out there that would even notice the difference. The one nice thing, if you're going to be pirating American stuff, is as soon as you translate it into another language, we lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, if grade A under A, if he decided, because he's an English guy, I think, so if he decided to steal the type of content that I created and kind of like do it verbatim himself, well, I might flip it on. I would listen to him, and he's got that English accent, but I'll be like, damn you, grade A, you stole my stuff. On the other hand, if you basically take a script that I've done, or grade A did, or somebody else did, you translate it into Swahili, and then you do it, yeah, nobody's ever going to catch you. Game over. We can't even police our own stuff very well, much less if it gets translated into Swahili or Spanish or whatever the hell else. But at the end of the day, again, as I would say, just create your own content. You are, again, as I try to tell you guys all think I'm being snarky with some of this stuff, but what I'm trying to tell you guys too is that you are good enough to create your own content. Stop believing, again, this whole idea of hacking your way to success, hacking your way to getting better. Just stop. Create your own stuff. Again, creating your own stuff is, you assimilate other people's things, but just, is it top 10? Is it this? Is it that? Then think, okay, well, top 10. What kind of top 10 thing could I do? Wackiest hairstyles, right? And then just create your content. Again, honestly, I swear to you, ideas are the easy. Everybody thinks the idea is what's most valuable. Eli, the idea is the most. It's not the most valuable. The idea is the least valuable thing. It's the actual execution of the idea. So here's the thing. When people see other people steal ideas, that just means you're just slow. I mean, like, if you have to steal ideas, that just says a whole bunch of horrible things about you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my thought. And, as I've said at the end of these videos so far, grade A under A for president. Make YouTube great again. Yay! You know what's going to be really cool? So I have this on the background. So what I'm doing is I'm taping like 6 of these videos at one time. So what I figured out for Eli Computer Guy Live channel is that I should only put out 3 videos per week. 3 videos per week of these question and answer videos seems to be right. So what I'm doing is I'm taping like 6 of them at one shot, then I'll just schedule them to go out over the next week and a half, 2 weeks. And so what's kind of funny is since I decided to put this up in the background today while I tape these 6 videos, that means this will be in the background for like the next 2 weeks. Anyways.